Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much again for joining me here. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Let's take a look here at Bitcoin, see what's going on. No surprise here, heavy liquidation level, fully swept. Look at that perfect candle wick there to destroy any late shorts and essentially just kind of doing that typical rinse and repeat action, right? We can kind of see a bit of a cup and handle pattern here too as well. A little easier maybe to identify than even we have for this bull pennant pattern. We can kind of see this pretty obvious channel with the price breaking out. Again, hindsight's 2020, of course, but if you saw my video from yesterday, you'll know there was one of two scenarios here. The price either continues higher or it retraces back to this 95,400 mark and continues up. It did only come down as low as about 96,000, so it didn't quite get that low of a correction. I would have loved to have got in the 95K range, but minus the missed opportunity, this is fantastic for other altcoins. We technically didn't miss too many opportunities if you look at it here. Nice little SUI profit there, 31% in 22 hours as a 5x leverage trade. Premium plus here too as well, minus an ETH stop loss of 12%. Firing all cylinders earlier. Bitcoin, Link, Matic, SUI as well. So good stuff there, folks. Congrats again to that. We also have a, what is it? Moodang, is that how you say that? We have a Moodang long right now that's heavy in profit, soon to hit its target. So great stuff, folks. Again, awesome stuff here. So let's take a quick look at the back end liquidation levels. Kind of talk about this. This is why I drew that little heavy liquidation, box on our chart. In case you're familiar, or you saw the playout chart, you're not familiar with. Hey, how does it get that? Why does it just randomly draw boxes on the chart? Well, these areas are typically good take profit targets because market makers will move the price action pretty fast and or just retest these levels and sweep them. So again, a lot of times folks will put their stop loss just above a local high, and then the price comes back to retest that level and sweeps those shorts. Okay, these were high leverage shorts. We can see there's billions of dollars here stacked up. So again, the more concentration in any area, the more targets you have on your back. So try not to be like the trader that puts your stop loss at 100,000.1, right? For example, you're probably going to see that get hit. Now, we don't have much liquidation there yet, but keep in mind that will change here soon now that we've broken this new resistance and we have new shorts entering the market. Okay, so just some things to kind of think about. We look at the macro here. There is technically some shorts at 100,000, coincidentally 103,000, so 100,300, roughly about a $6 billion pocket there. So there's a big chunk of change at 100,000. So once more, if you're going to put your stop loss, don't just be that person that does that. At this point, we can see a nice amount of liquidation delta longs here in the market, basically telling us that we have more longs than shorts. This is the trend, folks. You don't trade against the trend. Exactly why I mentioned yesterday that Bitcoin is bullish and altcoins are soon to recover because, again, they hit their tentative bottom and pretty good stuff right now. The market is fairly on fire. Bitcoin dominance is pulling back and the price of Bitcoin is going up. That's usually a very good sign for altcoins. All that being said, let's take a quick look here at the open interest. What do we know? We are right there. I mentioned this yesterday, 94, 95, and somewhere in the 96 range. Looks like 95 and some late longs here at 96.6. So that we can presume that 96,600, that low 96K range, is the new support level for us. And it makes sense because that's just above the local high, right? As you can see here, this recent high was retested as a new low. It's pretty standard trading there, folks. That's kind of how that works. So taking a look here at the daily time frame, let's work our way down, kind of see what's up. The daily time frame is getting much better. Yesterday it was the only thing kind of lagging behind because we weren't officially above the two moving averages that I find to be the most beneficial. So again, if we kind of look at this here, I can draw this. I'm actually going to extend this trend line out because I like to make my trend lines running concurrent in a lot of ways with a 20-day SMA, which we can kind of see there. So technically we're not fully out of the woods yet. We really got to get above this $100,000 mark to be able to have any pushing power or sustainability. We need more volume to see that too, because today, even though it's a nice little push here, this is not a high volume, recovery. So I wouldn't get too ahead of yourselves and get too crazy with, taking some longs just out of nowhere. The market is pumping, but I think it's going to have to cool down just a little bit before the next leg up. We need a lot of volume to push through 100,000. So anyways, the whole point of updating this is just kind of show you that, it's a reflection of how the moving averages are working. So to me, it's just kind of an easy way to interpret that. So while it's not an exact science, those are little things I kind of like to pay attention to and look for. All right, so again, just some things to kind of think about there. And again, once more, we got this support here at 91.5. Secondary support here based on this local breakthrough is this 95.4. So we'll just keep those on the chart for later, but just know we're above we're tentatively above the moving averages here, those two important ones at 50 and the 20. So again, a closure today above 98,000 should give us further upside potential. We close below that, doesn't mean we're just going to drop like a rock. It just kind of implies that we may be range bound between 95 and 98,000. Okay. So what's the daily time frame telling us here? Well, we closed above 50 in the RSI, very good. Stochastic swinging up for its second strong push to the upside, and the money flow index is increasing, showing we have more money flowing in the last 14 days than the previous time frame. That's good. It's a very good sign. Basically, just kind of telling us here that all this selling pressure here locally is starting to shift. Okay, so it's a good momentum shift. MACD is also telling us here that we are transitioning from a bearish type of divergence to a bullish type of convergence, and that's a very good sign too. So we're on the edge of some pretty awesome stuff here. But me taking a late long at 98K into a solid resistance at 100,000, it doesn't make a ton of sense. Again, I'm not a breakout trader, so you're probably never going to see me do that. There are going to be some breakouts that I'll take that have a lot of confirming factors, and Bitcoin may have those still, but for the most part, I don't love just taking a long into that. But this is a very good sign here. Again, when you kind of look at this rough estimate of a cup and handle pattern where the price action works itself into a descending channel and breaks out, typically there's a lot more momentum and pushing power from there. Okay, so I'd expect the price to likely go up more so than it would go down. However, just know 100,000 is a pretty strong resistance level there. So I don't necessarily recommend shorting into 100,000, but I can say that we're probably going to see some initial rejection at 100K. We do have this local point of control, depending on how far you look at. Let's actually zoom out a little bit and recognize that roughly about 97.5, kind of easy number to remember, a round number there. That is essentially our local point of control, okay? Or it's more so a macro point of control. Basically implying that what a point of control is just telling us that we have the most amount of volume in this area. Therefore, people feel comfortable and confident adding to their position at 96 to 97.5. So if the price travels into this range, there's a decent chance we're going to see more sustainability if the price pulls back. And in turn, the price should continue higher because of it, right? So I think we're in a position right now where we could expect the price to pull back a little bit, but if it does, we have a lot of sustainability between now and 96K. 4-hour time frame, quickly to note, these are all very bullish signs here. MFI is way high compared to the current price action, which is good. That's actually very sustainable, implying we have more holding power here. RSI is not fully overextended, so people still feel like it's a good value. I think that people have the mindset of anything under 100,000 is a good value. That's kind of what we're seeing here. MACD is converging, so a lot of good signs there. The hourly should be punching through the Ichimoku cloud, sustaining above. We see that here. We got maintaining there, which is good. Lagging span is now free and clear. This is basically, in a lot of ways, a green light to consider a long position. So again, depending on the type of trader you are, type of risk tolerance you have, there's different factors, different ways you can take trades here. But I would say if you're going to take a long, I would insist that you secure some profits between now and 100,000. Again, 99.5, 99.7, something like that would seem sensible. Because again, you can see this local high here, right at this $100,000 mark. There's a lot of reasons why the price action is having difficulty crossing that level. And we need to have sustained volume to get there. We have good volume in the last 3 hours, but if that doesn't continue all day here, and we start to see that slow down, then I would say that we're going to have, I wouldn't say necessarily a strong retracement, but we're probably going to be able to pull back a little bit and range between 95 and roughly 98. So I'm looking for a closure above 98,000 to get us that sustainability, because if we can't sustain here above the local high, then we're probably going to pull back at least a little bit. So just some things that I try to look for. Other than that, quick little heads up. Thanks again to my community members for the awesome feedback. This is actually an expired one. I'll have to pull up the new one here. I forgot to load that. But there is a benefit link down below. They're providing Bitunix providing a Rolex watch, and I think it's a MacBook Pro. Yeah, okay, that's what it is. Anyways, check the link out down below. I can't describe it very well, but it's a nice little benefit this month just based on volume. Pretty simple, easy to qualify, so check it out if you want to. Otherwise, I'm going to post a playout chart here on our Twitter, Telegram, and Discord. Go ahead and reference that here as well. We'll go from there. I look forward to seeing you all in the next video. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for your time. Take care.